Alright, this is more of a personal status, but I have one Agincourt in hard mode and historic mode. And there you go. That was a hard one to do, but I did win. Agincourt. There's a certain strategy I used, but yeah. Whew. Tough game. That was definitely an accomplishment. We'll be back. Oh, one is the French. There you go. Yeah, it's always easy to make it English. But what is the French? We'll be back. Alright, back to it. And my opponent launched two AC-47s. And pretty well cleared the hex. When you do aerial counterinsurgency, you just have to deliver a certain amount of bombardment points, and it isn't automatic. So my units are back in the placement, insurgency placement spot. Allied counterinsurgency is done. I will not be disbanding any units. So the next one up is Communist Air Mission Phase. And I think we got a couple things going on there. We're right back. Alright then, Communist Air Mission Phase. And we have a launch of an air mission marker from Air Group number 1, consisting of those two units. And they have launched and they have gone up to, let me see, 1, 2, 3 hexes, and they got to stop there because we have just been detected by a CIA electronic warfare unit on Tiger Island with a hex of 3, with a range of 3 hexes. 1, 2, 3. Just sent off my vlog to my opponent. We'll find out. There's going to be an interception. We'll be back. Alright then, my opponent has chosen not to intercept. So therefore, and there we go. With a close air support marker. Got some more transport to do, and we'll find out what we want to do for the rest of our air mission phase. Alright, do me a transfer mission from my entrenchment. Might cost me. He won't be able to do a close air defense mission if he attacks here, but I got him over here for an attack coming over here on Santa Ana. So I based him here. He's turned just 90 degrees, which means he can still move, but I don't think he will. He can stay there, though, for if he attacks me. He can still perform a close combat support mission on that hex. But there you go. Moved him away from my entrenchment. It was a decision I had to make, but I want to get him over there. Also, we have a transport helicopter also going to make a transport or transfer mission. He has moved 1 hex, and he has stopped there because there's a chance for an interception, and I'm waiting on the result. We'll be back. Oh, just to make note, no interception allowed through here. Number 1, he's out of this range, and I didn't fly over an air group or enemy unit. So no interception chance allowed for that movement there. We're back. Alright, just 7 days later, and we are going to have the results of my transfer mission. I can't even remember where I was transporting them to. That's the way it is in the summertime, and I'm barely got enough time here. And luckily, I'm putting away some chores and just sitting down playing some games. Give me some, what do you call it, decompression time. But we are here. We were just launched from, I don't even know where we launched at. Somewhere around here. We moved a few hexes in his electronic warfare unit. We'll get a chance to intercept or give him a heads up. The old CIA unit on this Tiger Island. You can't see the island there, but there's a CIA EW, early warning or electronic warfare unit, that has detected my transportation helicopter. Now, he doesn't have anybody loaded. He's not carrying load. He's just doing a transfer. I was wanting to transfer him. Actually, I had him over here or somewhere, but on my game, on Vassal, he's in another spot, so I corrected it with the Vassal mod. Now, the results are he has launched 2 A-37s from Air Group 3. Air Group 3, I believe, is, right here. There you go. So he has launched a couple of his fighter jets. We're going to find out what the results of this combat is. Now, I'm only defended with a 1D, so I'm going to have to go through procedures and everything here, but that'll be very interesting. And he, again, like I said, I kind of thought maybe he would. I don't know if I would have wasted those units. He wasted a lot of air units, which is good, but I'm hoping I can get a good result, maybe just land. We'll find out what happens. Results of my transfer mission. Be right back. Alright, so my game from the 1980s definitely shows its wear. I'm going to have to print me up a new air mission counter. That sucker's seen better days, but there you go. Air mission counter there. To there. And bam. That's the way it should be done if you were playing a game. But we will find out what goes on here with these two air units. We'll keep the old air mission counter right there over its spot. Let's get you out of zoom. And we will replace them, just for sake of the video, with a couple of air units. Coming on in for my transport helicopter. We'll be back. Alright, well, I just got done emailing my opponent and telling him, well, that was kind of interesting. two, not even one, but two air units. So I don't know if my little transport mission or helicopter is long for this world. I told him if he just gets a damage result and is forced to land, hopefully he can get in friendly territory, that'd be a victory. But we will see what happens. We'll be back. Upon further review, helicopters are not directly detected for interceptions by EW or AWACS units. Instead, helicopters, back up to the top of the page, are detected if they move into a hex containing friendly, regular ground or insurgency units. And then if those units are within detection range of an EW unit. There you go. So I'm gonna have to straighten this on out because my buddy already already rolled and had the combat results. But upon further review, I'm gonna have to look and see where he took off from, and if you don't fly over a El Salvadoran regular unit or insurgency unit, he's undetected. We'll be right back, and it's just a transfer mission, so I'm not going to fly over anybody anyway. Rule correctione. Coming on up. All right, and my interception, my air unit started from there. He'll conduct a transfer mission, moving 1, 2, 3, 4 hexes, and he'll end up there, turned clockwise, to signify he can still move one more time, but no interception allowed, unless he would have flown over the air group marker or a regular or insurgency unit that was within range of an electronic warfare or radar unit. So that is how you do that. We'll be back with continuation of my air mission phase. Then we will go to ground combat. We'll be right back. Yeah, so I believe that's going to be it. I'll go ahead and land him there. I wanted him to be there with that paradrop unit, so that'll be a nice little spot for him. But he is a low-hanging fruit for an enemy or El Salvadoran airstrike, so we'll keep an eye out for that. Pretty sure that's a gimme. We are going to proceed on to the Allied air reaction. I think that only has to do with the Marine units. So we will go on to the ground combat phase. We are going to have us, I guess, one ground combat. Like I said, it's been a week since I've sat down here. I don't believe I'll be attacking Santa Ana this turn, but our attack will be coming up. And I do have a plan, my original plan for my forces, but it's still viable. But the events of the game has changed some units. I still see what I want to do, but units have moved around, and we just had to take advantage of what we could. We're going to try to eliminate that unit there. So we'll be right back with the results of the combat. Alright, the only combat we got going on is along the border. with Honduras down here. Got 4 battalions attacking across the river, which normally would give me a negative die roll modifier. But fortunate for me in this game, all units attacking have to be attacking across the river for the modifier. And I have units in that entrenchment marker that will be attacking on the right side of the river. So the old boys down there got to worry about these guys and these guys. So yeah, you got to watch your back. Would be nice. Let me get my pointer and everything else ready to go. We'll proceed with combat. All right. Zoom in on the combatants. And that is my transfer helicopter. It really needs to be turned this way. But units move sideways, it moved. That's why some of these units should be moved sideways. Unfortunately, these insurgency units have moved more than 2 hexes. If they move 2 or less, they can have insurgency reserve markers put on them, and they're in the insurgency second insurgency movement phase. They can move again, but these have no markers on them because they have exceeded their 2 hex range. So there you go. We have 7 attack factors: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 attack factor for each of these, except for my Special Forces paratroop unit. And they are the, who is that? Is that SB? Huh. Hold on a second. Alright, Mark Herman's got y'all covered here. And that unit there is the Simon Bolivar. So, wonder if they're from Bolivia. But it's a Simon Bolivar unit. That is my Special Forces unit right there. There you go, Simon Bolivar unit. He's a 2. He's the strongest unit there. There's not much on the attack factors in this game. 2's strong. 3's unheard of on this one, so there you go. It's one of the stronger units on the map. We will be attacking across the river, some of us, against 2 factors, making the initial combat ratio, and he is in a rough hex, rough terrain. Oh, rough. 3-to-1. Oh, initial ratio 3-to-1. Here you go. Initial ratio 3-to-1. You got initial ratio markers, and then it'll be adjusted. And you'll put that current combat ratio in there, but you can see I'm in the rough hex all the way down there, looking good for my attack. All right, now I bring up my little cheat sheet here, and we get shifts for artillery. Nobody has any engineers. Nobody has any special forces. All right, well, we might cancel each other out because, oh, he's not special forces, he's just Marines. Or is that a special forces unit there? I'm not seeing a, yeah, you see that arrow. So he don't count for special forces, but I do. So I'll get a shift in my favor, which will be a special forces shift. Current combat ratio 4-to-1. You can't get no higher than that. So it'll be a 4-to-1 attack. We'll go down the list though, just to make it official. See if he's got any. No tanks. No attack helicopters. This battle. And we will have no CIA electronic warfare ground unit. Let's look and see if he gets a shift on what the range of that is, because we will check that out. I don't know if that's in the hex or attacking or within range. Maybe he'll get a plus on that if he's within 3 hexes, because the battle is within 3 hexes of the CIA EW unit. We'll see if he has to be in the hex or if he gets the effect. Better check that out before we do DRMs. Be right back. Alright, we're going to zoom in on here. It says, if you can read it right here. Oh, don't want to mess things up. A friendly, if you can see it here, let's see if we can't do that. A friendly EW ground unit is within 3 hexes of an allied unit participating in the combat. That's a column shift, so he gets a column shift in his favor. So, let's see what we got here. Back to my cheat sheet. Do they cancel each other out? Yes, they do. I had one for Special Forces. He's got one for this. They'll cancel each other out, which means the current combat ratio will be 3-to-1, not 4-to-1. So there you go. Current combat ratio on top of the initial for a 3-to-1 attack. Now we'll come over here for Gyro modifiers. Attacking across the river, he would get that. But, like I said, we got units that are on the right side of the river, so none of that. Not attacking a fortress or a trench. A city, town, or port, no. Insurgency unit is included in the defense. He gets a -1. I get 2 bombardment points, though, that I have delivered. You can see that right here. So that'll be a +2. So we get a +1 total so far. And insurgency unit is included in the attack, so we get a +2. So it'll be a 3-to-1 attack with a +2 Gyro modifier. We go punch this all in on the vassal, and we'll be right back. All right, a little bit of a conundrum here. Nicaraguan insurgency SB unit. I have him as a 2-2-4 unit, and if he's reduced, he's a 1-2-4. Here on the game, on vassal, we got him at a 1-2 unit. Now, I thought maybe he might have been reduced, but if I do this, yeah, he's full. So there's a discrepancy in the units here. That is an SB unit for Nicaraguan. SB unit for Nicaraguan. Well, I'm going with the board game version. Vassal's trying to Jew me out of a step. I got some, well, hold on here. There's a parentheses on that. That's because I reduced him. Let's see if I can't put him at full strength. Auto supply, mark clone does. Oh, give him a step loss. He's like that. Oh, wait, hold on. Now he's at full strength. What is that? That is weird. That is weird. Okay. We got a little vassal quirk, but I just gave him a step loss and now he's at full strength. So, we're set here. We'll be right back. Alright then, 3-to-1 with a +2 Gyro modifier on the vassal mod. Need a high roll. We're looking for a high roll. All right about... No. Ah, not good. Oh, not what I'm looking for. A 4 will be the result. We'll come down here with a 4. It is not the result we are looking for. It's just a 1 step loss and a mandatory retreat, so I don't get a victory point for that attack. Ouch! Just 1 number away. That kills. Oh. Alright, we'll be back. He will have to be reduced. That'll take care of my combats, and we'll probably go back to the blue units, the Salvadoran forces turn. Gotta retreat that unit back. Alright then, I think we're all squared away. We will reduce this unit by 1. And where would I retreat them to? Oh, back here to the city, I guess? Yeah, maybe. Back here to San Miguel is where I'd retreat them to. 1, 2. Put them like this. Signify that he's been reduced. And there will be no advance after combat because I can't advance after combat into a city without a regular unit with me, and that regular unit did not participate. Although it's a nice little town there. Yeah, not a city, it's a town. Santa de Rosa. All right, that'll be a helicopter transport phase. We will skip to the reserve movement. I got a bunch of units in reserve, but I won't move them. And then we will get the second insurgency disbandment phase. I will not disband units, and we will go to a helicopter transport, and I will transport units and this hex. They will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He can move up to double his range. His range is 5 when he's transporting units. So we'll move him to the supply source. We're moving my parachute unit and a insurgency battalion. The transport capability, you can see that white number there is 2. So we'll move these units here. Signify they have moved. Oh, on my communist supply source. I got a paratroop unit, and now my helicopter will be turned upside down because he is done for the turn. That is it. That's the state of the board. We'll be back. Didn't accomplish my goal. Now, I wonder if I could have moved in there during my insurgency reserve movement. But I don't know if I had any units that were in reserve, so I think they were all, well, I did have one here and one here that could have moved in. Let me see if I could have did that. We'll be right back. Answers it right here. It says, the unit cannot end movement in a city, town, or port controlled by the opposing player. I mean, he doesn't control it anymore because I guess I kicked him out. Huh. We gotta find out if it's the last unit that's been in there has control. Now it does say during regular unit movement you can end in a population center, but then you have to have combat with the local police and stuff like that. But this is kind of interesting here where it says unit cannot end movement in a city, town, or port. That is during reserve movement controlled by the opposing player. Gotta find out what controlled means. Be back. Alright, upon further review, I really don't have the units I want to move in there. These units can't because they move more than 2 hexes during regular movement. I don't want to reduce my trench unit strength, so I'd only be able to move 1 unit in here and it'd probably be destroyed right away, so we won't go ahead and take that. We'll just go ahead and move on up to return to base. Demolitions. I don't see anybody that's really next to an air group marker or anything to demolish. So I do not meet the criteria. We are not next to anything I need to demolish. So we will go into repair, reinforcement phase. We don't get reinforcements. So it is over to the Allied turn. We will call this a video. This video has been about 3 weeks in the making, but hey, we're having a good time. We do get to decompress with some Central America, having a good time. Be sending off my vlog. Calling this a vid. We'll be back. I'm still in the lead by 1 victory point. When it comes time for my turn, I'll get another 2 or 3 for controlling the towns. So he needs to kick me out of all the towns. I wanted to grab me an extra victory point, but it didn't work out. He just took a step loss and retreated. Way back. Alright, before we call it a video, the old town of Santa Rosa de Lima would have gave my opponent a -1 die roll modifier. I jewed him out of a -1, but fortunately for us, the result is still the same. So no difference on the result. Just wanted to make sure all those units are on there, and sometimes you get board clutter, you can't really see things, so I let them know that I did notice it and it had no effect really on the result. Calling it a video. Having a great time playing some Central America.